to be fair, means I'm not the best person to answer this question because it's a lifelong study. Means it's just like any other field. Uh, it's not easy. Means I'm sure like we can't say that there's no curriculum because there are definitely quite a few good books available. Means we actually it's a good thing we should do next time. Maybe in our WhatsApp group we can have people share their favorite books on this. But I would say it's an observational thing beyond the basic theory. Yes, you can read a lot about macro. So if you can find good books, you can look at Ray Dalio, you can look at Druckenmiller. There are a lot of people who have written very good their thought processes and all. So ultimately you can learn from those. That would be my first recommendation because those are practitioners, not just theory. Because sometimes what we forget is that financial markets have become very complex. Like even if you read the basic Khan Academy style economics concepts, they don't apply as it is. Like one example is I keep getting asked these questions again and again that, oh, the earnings were great for this particular stock. Why did the stock drop after that? Means the thing is, these when you do actual many of these things are which people you learn after you practice things that market is pricing in future, and there is no science for pricing in future because now you have a push and pull, right? Some people are trying to predict that it will go down, some people are trying to predict it is going to go up. If it was a kind of exact science, you will not have the market at all because at every trade there is a buyer and there is a seller. Some people believe that it's a time to sell, some people believe it's a time to buy. That's how the market is made. So it is by definition a very tough thing to understand when you talk about market moves. But economics is easy. So what we talked about money supply and all, this is more like economics. It's more theoretical. You can find books on it. When you talk about how to trade markets, let me put it this way. It is not exact science. Don't look for that. There are some, you can find books on technical analysis. Some people purely trade on charts. You can definitely find books on value investing, like Warren Buffett style or some other books, you can find. So it's a topic specific research. Everybody has a different way to learn. And again, means probably, I don't know if you were looking for this answer, but what I'm trying to say is it is not going to be ever a straight answer. And the knowledge is vast. Like people, I always say that there are millions of ways to make money and there are billions of ways to lose money in the market. So you have to find, your own way. And the one other thing which I always say is that if you are not confident, if you don't know, like when we go when we have we have to get a surgery, we don't do it ourselves, right? We go to a doctor. So if you're not, either you can learn, means definitely you can learn enough to treat yourself, to with the basic things. So you should build your strategies like that. If you know the basics, if you want to do simple things, you should do it yourself, like investing in S&P 500 or picking a value, stock which knowing your industry. If you're in tech and if you know a specific industry like AI or something, you can invest in those stocks for long-term perspective. Now, long-term investing is probably easier to learn as a first stage. Trading is much more difficult, I would say, especially if you're trying to time the market, and that is where most of the people go wrong. So this is where so to be frank, means I don't have any specific answer beyond it, but what I can say is you have to find what really excites you. Means there can be value investors, there can be traders, and there can be momentum players. Like I would say the biggest investing today, a lot of people do is momentum investing because, and it's purely because of it's give you a better high, it gives you instant gratification when you made 5%, 10% in a day or a week or something. But that is one thing which goes wrong most also. So that is one thing I would just say in terms of one pitfall of people who start trading. You can get confidence very fast by just doing a few good trades, but never, I don't think that has ever worked. So now to simplify overall, what I'm trying to say is building knowledge. There are definitely good books. You should research, and we will actually, this is a great thread to start on WhatsApp group where we can talk about it. And but actually learning is involves different steps and different things which you can do, and you have to find what interests you. Don't do it just for making money, because as I said, you cannot just, if you're not interested in becoming a doctor, you will not become a doctor. Means even if you study hard. So that's the same thing with trading. Means if you're not into it, if you don't enjoy it, don't get into it. That would be my recommendation. And that's where index investing and mutual fund investing or ETF investing works for you.